My name, Edmund Yakani, Executive Director of CEPO. I would like to take this opportunity again to amplify my voice loudly to the attention of the management and administration of Juba Teaching Hospital, but also to Honorable Minister of Health over the status of hygiene and sanitation and the environment of the premises of Juba Teaching Hospital. With the heavy rains these days, we have seen a very disturbing images, and those images have a very disturbing smell. It's very disappointing to see that around the ward of maternity, the waters of the rain brought heavy wastes close to the maternity ward at the backside. That image is very disturbing, and it's not only there. The environment of Juba Teaching Hospital does not look healthy in terms of hygiene and sanitation. And even the smells that we're getting in some of the wards are very disturbing. That's why, as a civil society activist, I would like to repeat myself for the second time, bringing to the attention of our leaders. And I really appeal to Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Minister of Health and the MPs under the Health Committee to pay a visit to Juba Teaching Hospital and assess the status of hygiene, sanitation, and the environment of Juba Teaching Hospital. It is a public hospital that is supposed to be one of the best hospitals for the best interest of the common citizen that cannot afford medical services in the private clinics. And we are aware that we have been losing quite a number of our lawmakers in the National Parliament due to poor medical facilities. Maybe Juba Teaching Hospital is not a priority to the attention of our leaders because you are getting your medical services in foreign country hospitals, and which you are paying a heavy amount of money. If Juba Teaching Hospital financial is assist, can reduce the financial burden for treatment of our leaders outside the country. South Sudan have qualified medical personnel of all types, but unfortunately, they are not being financed to run the hospital as a public hospital. I would really appeal also that His Excellency President should pay a courtesy visit to Juba Teaching Hospital to see the status of Juba Teaching Hospital. The same situation is applied to El Sabah Hospital for the children. The status of the public hospital is deteriorating and getting worse. And our leaders are getting the medical services outside the country. And those hospitals are meant to save the common citizen that have a very low income that they are unable to reach. My appeal to the leadership of the National Legislative Assembly and the Health Committee in the Parliament and other honorable members and the Ministry of Health in terms of Honorable Minister, whom I highly respect and I know she is remarkable, and to the Minister of Finance, there's a need to inject money into Juba Teaching Hospital services. We are aware that Juba Teaching Hospital have a very good administration, qualified people who dedicate their life to be in the hospital to save the common interest. But their constraint is limited financial support that will make them to deliver adequate services for the common interest of the citizens. Taxes are being collected from private sector, from citizens. Where are those revenue money being injected into? If you can't inject them into the roads, you can't inject them to the hospital. So my appeal, in a very respectful manner, with high respect, with honor, I'm appealing to Right Honorable Speaker of the National Legislative Assembly, the Chairperson of the Health Committee in the Assembly, Honorable Minister of Health, and if it's possible, Her Excellency Vice President for the sector of service cluster to visit Juba Teaching Hospital. There's a need for the government to put attention to Juba Teaching Hospital and El Sabah for Children Hospital. It's very important that public hospital should at least provide reasonable services. But the environment of Juba Teaching Hospital premises and El Sabah Children Hospital in terms of hygiene and sanitation is completely below standard. And that requires attention from the leadership of the country. Thank you very much.